You are listening to Being a Musician podcast. This is Flint Blade speaking, and with me today is Chris and Alex from Sandman Sleeps.
Hey.
Hello.
You guys want to start us off with a song?
Sure.
Right.
This one's a newer one called Microscopic Violence, written during quarantine. Everybody's got a quarantine song. Here's a quarantine love song. Let's put it that way.
Like a ghost that persists, a cold and blows microscopic violence. It's in the morning, white egrets
cool song, you guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Flint.
you.
Yes, very cool. So, is that one gonna be on the new album?
It is. We believe so. We've tracked 6 songs so far, and we have another 6 to go. And that's definitely one of them that we plan to be on there because we're shooting for 12 songs. So, yeah.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. And the album is gonna feature the full band.
Yes.
All right.
Yep, we've got Zach Jones on guitar and Karsten Anderson playing drums with us. So it'll be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Full band album.
Yeah, because we haven't yet played out with our full band yet, so really excited
Nice.
about that.
And you were saying you have a live stream concert coming up with the full band?
We do.
We do. It'll be featured through Respectables. It's a live stream on October 1st.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
All right. Where can we hear that?
We'll put the link up
Yeah,
on our,
so I feel
our
like-
page for sure on Instagram and Facebook. I think
Yeah.
it's playing through YouTube.
Oh, is it YouTube?
think
Yeah, I
it's
think it's
YouTube.
YouTube. No, it is YouTube, and we
Right.
saw it streaming on the other day on, was that Instagram?
I don't know. I think
Two
it's
or
going to be
three-
on a few
Yeah,
different
it's been a few
places,
different
so-
platforms.
Okay.
Yeah, because they've
Cool.
done a couple of them already because they're featuring a band a week, and it's already, they're
sounds
sounding
awesome.
amazing. Yeah, featuring some great bands, so.
So our listeners are gonna follow you on Instagram and find out where to listen to the live stream on October 1st.
Yes.
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 Cool.
Keep
I'm looking
everyone
forward
posted.
to hearing the full band. Yeah. And how's it been going with the recording process?
It's going great. We've been recording at the Hitbox studio here in Fort Pierce. That's Fort Pierce, right? Port St. Lucie,
Kind of
Fort
Port
Pierce.
St.
With
Lucie.
It's kind of
Mike,
more Port St. Lucie, I
is
guess.
that Mike Bamonte?
Yeah, Mike Bamonte. Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, he's great. He's been engineering and helping produce it, and yeah, we've going really smoothly. We're capturing like a very raw, energetic sound, which is nice, you know. So it's kind of like, like a high quality version of like what we do sound live. I feel like kind of shows through, which is nice. Like that same energy.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, really excited about it.
Is this y'all's first time going in the studio? Like the recording process for the album?
Had experience before. I've had experience playing in other bands in Rome, Georgia, where I stayed for a while in different studios there, and then also with at Raincat Studio we went in with Tom Holler.
Is that where you
the
did?
Raincat guys. Brent.
What's the
We've recorded Your Spectre.
Your
Your
and
Spectre?
Yeah.
That's on
Jungle.
Spotify right
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
Yeah.
it
Cool.
is.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna check you guys out on Spotify. I've already got a few songs out, and you got a new album that's gonna be out in like the next year or so.
So yeah, within the next year for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming along, quicker than we thought too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very groovy. And didn't you guys just play a show at Sailfish, or is that coming soon?
We did. So we played as just duo, Chris and Alex. So we usually do like originals and covers, kind of try to be more low key.
Catering more to like
Yeah.
the like
Just
dining
background
crowd
listening
type
music.
of thing. Yeah. We still get excited
Yeah, we
though
get
when we
excited.
we try to keep it low
Yeah,
key,
I
but
wish,
we get
I wish I had
excited.
been there. I saw that it was coming, and then just today I saw that it happened. I was like, oh.
It's okay.
Was that your first time out playing in a while?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's been what, like at least 4 months.
I think
maybe.
so. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's been like 4 months.
Yeah. It was
I saw you
Yeah.
playing at open mic, like
Yeah.
months ago.
That's right.
But aside from
was-
that,
that was fun too at Terra.
was it fun to get out and play a show again?
It was.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's like it's been so long.
Yeah. It's
But
definitely
it felt
exhilarating.
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was nice.
I know. Just to play in front of people. I mean,
Yeah.
get that energy exchange. It gets you pumped.
Yeah, it's definitely, we're all going through it, you know. It's like there's a part of me that like doesn't want to talk about it that much, like, oh, you know, the pandemic, but it's just it's undeniable, you know.
Yeah.
As musicians, we're all like in the same boat there, and really anyone who performs, it's like, well, here we are. Shows are few and far between. But I know for me, like anytime I do get to get out, it's definitely a treat, and it feels like everybody is just so glad that, you know, for whatever we can do right now.
Yeah, very true. I know. It's been tough.
Yeah, it has been.
Lack of human interaction.
Yeah.
You guys have done a couple live streams or anything like that?
We were doing them during quarantine.
Yeah.
Just the two of us. We were doing them quite a bit.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been a while now since we...
It's like a different experience.
It's so different.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely not a replacement.
Yeah.
But at least you get to like interact with people kind of in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you try to like interact with the crowd at all?
I don't know.
We did a little bit.
I
maybe,
tried to
yeah.
a little bit.
Like,
Yeah,
lean
we'd
in
ask them
close
some
and
questions.
Read the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always had like technical difficulties,
Yeah, that was the
like with
issue.
being able to read the comments, so we weren't able to do like
Yeah.
much of responding to people until afterwards. But we would like we'd try to make it entertaining, like make food and stuff, and just talk about it and
Keep the fashion exciting.
fashion exciting. Yeah, try to be, you know, too goofy, like how we are normally. So
It's funny. It's like made me more nervous doing those live streams and just doing it in front of a phone than playing out in front of people. I don't know why. It was just like, I guess because you're not like hearing the response, so that's like the big difference. You know, you hear like you know, people clapping after in person. This is just like silence. And
and it's kind of that
song.
awkward silence of like, all right.
It's
Yeah,
That
we're gonna play another song now. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for me, the live stream thing is it works in a way because I tend to like seamlessly segue all my songs like more often than not if I'm just playing anyway. So like sometimes people are like, it goes on so long that they forget that there might be a time to clap. Anyway.
Right.
But so if I'm live streaming, I'm just gonna usually like just go with it anyway and get in my zone.
Yeah.
I guess that's the cool part about it. Just in your own zone.
You can make it what it is, you know.
Yeah.
It's almost like imagining what it might be like if you were on TV
Right.
or something.
Yeah.
or
That's true.
just-
Yeah. Yeah.
It's different.
It's been good practice for, you know, learning how to talk, really, for us, I think, because on stage we hadn't really done too much of that. So, you know, during the live stream, we have to come up with things to say because we don't really run a lot of our songs together. So it's, you know, we like to run our songs together, though, a lot. That's kind of like the goal, too, for the, like, put on a show. But, yeah, so we've had to learn how to banter more, which is fun.
Well, thankfully you have me to help the wheels turn today.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I about to say? I just had something on the tip of my tongue, but so I was gonna ask you guys, like, how did you start playing music, each of you? You know, whoever wants to go first, and how did it lead into like playing together?
Well, we grew up with music together.
Yeah, we did.
I feel like we didn't have a choice. I mean, obviously, I don't know. It was just we grew into it.
It was always around us.
We are sisters, so our mom and our dad are both musicians. We had our little garage was like a studio.
Yeah, we like grew up with a home studio, so I mean, it was like
Nice.
so convenient.
Yeah,
it
was there.
Yeah.
So it was,
Yeah.
But like
So what kind of stuff were your parents doing?
Our mom used to tour in a band in the 80s. She sang, you know, lead vocal and played keyboard. And then our dad is a booking agent, and that's actually how they met. He booked her band. So, so it's interesting. So our dad he still books bands, and I feel like they just kind of laid that out because they loved music so much that they just wanted to have that around for us, which we're super thankful for because that's what we spent a lot of time doing. It was always fun. And then we both started off playing the piano, I guess, originally. Yeah. And I was singing in choir, and then turned into like, what was it, teenage years? You picked up the bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we started like playing together probably when I was like 15.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's.
So you were like 20. Does that sound right?
Yeah, and that's kind of when Sandman Sleeps really started. Was like 10 years ago. It was us two, and we had our friend played the drums, and that's how that started.
Where was that?
That was in Franklin, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lived there for like 5 years.
And that was after growing up
in Palm Beach Gardens.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys started the band in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Well, we wrote like it's kind of funny because like we play a lot of the songs we wrote back then. Yeah, like Spectre and Icy, the ones that are out now on Spotify. Those are 10 years old now, which is pretty wild.
Crazy.
So we after that, so I was going to school for art. So I kind of just like, I don't know, we kind of like went off and did our own things more. I was always writing music. Alex always wrote music on the piano and continued to play the bass.
Yeah, I continued to play like the 6 songs that we wrote for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Alone. Or just practice.
Thankfully you did, because then we
didn't live together anymore. So I'm just like, keep going at it.
That's what I do too. I just keep playing all my songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then conveniently, when was that? Like, how long has it been? I guess about a year now. We started it up again at an open mic at Bradley's. Yeah. That's kind of what got us going again.
Too.
Yeah.
We're just like, oh, let's do this again.
Yeah. It was convenient because you remembered all the songs because you've been playing them. And then I started practicing them a little bit too. So we're like, oh yeah, open mic. Let's go on stage. Yeah. And then we're like, we should do this.
Cool.
We should do this together.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad that you guys are doing it. Yeah, it's exciting to see, like, you know, some creative energy popping up on the scene and, you know, taking the stage, electrifying audiences. Yeah, you guys' hair both looks great, by the way.
Thank you. It was done just today.
Yeah.
Shades of blue.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'm gonna ask. Here's like a question to get us deep into the music thing. Is like, what does music mean to you? So I'm just gonna have Alex go first. What does music mean to you?
What does it mean? It means a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a language to me. Because a lot of times I feel like it's hard to express how I'm feeling just in general. So it's like I kind of know my mood and how I'm feeling through what I'm craving listening to or playing, for example. So it's kind of another form of expression for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't like talking that much, so I'd rather just play my bass. But no, it's a lot though. You know, it's a mood. It's a whole mood.
Yeah. It's crazy to imagine like that someone like a stand-up comedian would just go on stage and just talk the whole time. You know?
I can't imagine.
But they probably couldn't imagine what it would be like to go on stage and play an instrument the whole time either.
Yeah.
Some of them.
It's just
you know.
different. Yeah. Everyone has their own ways of expressing themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about you, Christina? What does music mean to you?
Yeah, it's the same. It's really like it's another language. It's something I feel like, you know, it's like we were just talking about this the other day. We couldn't imagine life without it. It's something that is very surrounding. Like you feel it surround you, and it's kind of like, or I don't know. It becomes this other, like, like a world that you don't want to really get out of, you know? Like that's how I feel about it. It's like definitely like this it's just an escape, but at the same time that escape is also like a reality. It's kind of like a way to take what's going on, I guess, like to like thinking of like songwriting aspect, like to take what's going on around you and almost like kind of like make it cinematic, like turn it into a movie, put like colors to it, or you know what I mean? Like just to write about a situation, your own, it just to express your perception through music, like that is like the most rewarding thing in the world to me. Like I feel it's very like liberating. I feel free when I can do that with with writing, or when you just listen to a song like you're saying, like that you relate to. You're like, oh yeah, this is what I'm feeling, you know, and it almost like it's just makes more sense or something. It makes life make more sense a lot of times, you know.
Yeah, it can really be a lot. It can heal.
Yeah.
You know, it can transform. I feel like sometimes, you know, I might not even be in the mood to play music, but I might just make myself do it, you know, and get into it.
Yeah.
Play a few songs or just jam for 10 minutes and like, you know, even if it doesn't make like everything better, it still doesn't make anything worse. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, that's true.
And it just helps to like have something to focus
Yeah.
on sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just a magical entity
Yeah.
in a way that we can
Yeah.
tap into like vibrations in that way.
Mhm. Mhm. For sure.
You guys want to play another tune?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
All right. What's
Okay.
this one?
Sounds opaque.
Opaque.
Okay. You ready?
Woke up thinking of you. Tender snow, I miss impulse of the moment to change the view. Swallow down the garlic, mix and follows the egg. Scream you a peck, is love so cruel?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
What was that called again?
Opaque.
Opaque. Is that another one off the new album?
It is. That's one we were contemplating releasing as a single, so we'll
Very cool.
see. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's almost there, so.
that's a good one.
Thank you.
And who's doing the writing for these songs? How does that happen?
It's pretty different, I feel like, a lot of times because different ways. Like, we have quite a few songs that I'd say that we wrote, like, together simultaneously. Alex writes her, like, comes up with her bass parts, and then I'll, play off of that, too, with the guitar. And then there's, like, that one, for instance, Opaque, is something I had written on the acoustic guitar and then brought to Alex. And then, we just go from there. And then, I write the vocals, like lyrics and melody.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'd say you're the main songwriter.
We do a lot,
But
but
we do it.
yeah,
Our older stuff.
Yeah,
Some stuff.
different approaches
Yeah.
sometimes, but yeah.
So like, how does the words and the melodies come through?
I would say it's most of the time I'll come up with the melody first and just the sound, like kind of just like do gibberish, and then form lyrics based off of the sounds from that I'm making.
So like just through the act of singing, you'll come up with these words, or are you like writing stuff down at the same time?
Usually I'll record it like
Okay.
on my phone and then go back and listen and see like what sounds I like and kind of form words with that. Sometimes, I mean, it's nice when it happens at the same time, you know, like, and you actually come up with words like on the spot while you're creating it. I like it when that happens. There's been a few songs though, where it's kind of more like a back and forth thing, where I'll, like start with the melody, then I'll just, try and write some lyrics. And I rarely come up with like the lyrics first and then, do it that way, then melody. Usually it's, more of a balance.
So it's like, it sounds like it's more about the sound. Like the sound is what's leading the way there.
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely,
that's cool. That's very cool. I feel like I can relate to that with the way that I write. I don't usually like just sit there and like write the words down first. That'll rarely happen, but sometimes, depending on the type of song, like I might sit there and write the words down as I come up with them, but I'm still almost always like hearing it as like the words with the melody.
Right.
It's rare that I'll just take words and then like figure out how to make it melodic.
Yeah. I feel you for sure.
It's like I'm really like hearing it all as one thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I definitely can relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like, for me, I feel like when I get in that kind of state, it's really like almost like I'm allowing the content to like channel from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might say like inside. To me, it almost really sounds like an external source in a way.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like tuning into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love that. Like how you just put that, because that makes a lot of sense. I feel that. I feel like I definitely feel that as well. Or like I noticed recently, I was thinking about it. I think the more in tune I am with myself, or just letting myself be me, essentially, like it's easier to write. I noticed, like when there's not as many like boundaries up, or it's
Totally.
I don't know. That's interesting. It feels good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like tuning into like the frequency. Like it's as if like the frequency is there, and just like being like a radio tuner, just like getting on that frequency and then hearing it and allowing it to come through.
Mm-hmm.
I've had some songs come through to me in dreams over the past few years.
That's awesome.
Does that ever happen to you?
Rarely.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the first time ever, it was like maybe around 2017. I had like stopped smoking weed for the first time in like forever. And so like my dreams all of a sudden were like on overdrive.
Wow.
And I remember one song that came through, and it was just so unlike anything that I would normally do. And it was after I had been listening to like kind of like oldies on the radio, but not like the normal oldies where it's just so syndicated. It was like on the local Fort Pierce like independent station. They had some show that was late at night on like a Sunday night or something, and like some real soulful like classics. And I like woke up the next morning like just with like some kind of tune in my head, and it almost sounded like it should be something that existed already. Like I was just listening to this song, and then as it came to, I was like, wait a second, like I've never heard that before.
That's
you
awesome.
know? And it probably was just like the first like line or something. And like I just heard how it'd be like, you know, very dramatic sounding. It was like, I never knew I'd find a love like you. I think that I was blind till there was you. And I wasn't even seeing anyone or anything like that. It was like, why would it doesn't make any sense that this love song would pop through, you know? It's so like melodramatic and like expressive. So I just like sat down with like the guitar and the notepad and just I just let it keep coming.
Yeah.
You know, and it turned into a really cool song.
That's awesome.
That has yet to be recorded or anything really. Maybe I did a demo somewhere, but yeah, I've got a few songs like that are just kind of hanging around that don't really fit into like my normal Flint Blade solo set Chapman stick, you know, extravaganza.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had some more songs come through in dreams lately, like on my new album, shameless plug. The first song on the new album is one where it started in a dream. And in this dream, I saw my friend on stage singing this song, and I just woke up from it. And it was only like the chorus. The chorus is what I heard in the dream. And like I woke up from my friend Samara like singing this song, and I was like, wow, I gotta text my friend, tell her this, and also like sing it into a voice memo real quick so I don't forget it, you know.
Yeah.
And then later on, like it took me a while, but I put some verses to it and stuff, and so that's the first song on the album. And the closing track on the album is another one that came in a dream more recently during the recording process. And in this dream, it was like a quarantine dream. I noticed that I was having tons of dreams with lots of friends in them at first because I wasn't seeing any friends. Like I would have so many dreams where I'm at open mic or just at a party or like I'm going to a show with friends and like everybody's there.
Yeah.
In my dreams. And in this one dream, there was like 4 of us singing together, and we're singing to a person, and her name is Rain Day. So we're singing, rain day, 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 just over and over, like singing to this person called Rain Day, and I just can't even really explain like what that's about or anything.
It's cool.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
But I put it on the album as just like a vocal tune, like with harmonies.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some vivid dreams.
Yeah, sometimes. I don't.
That's
I know,
awesome.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I support it because whenever it happens, I think it's really special, and I
Yeah.
just like, you know, I just really like acknowledge it and appreciate it, and like try to invite it more.
Yeah.
Cause it's like. It takes some of the work out
Yeah.
of writing music.
Right.
No, that's the thing. Is like I can't really try. I can decide that I'm gonna like put myself. I can be like, all right, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna get in the zone. Like I can do it, but you know when it comes through, it just comes through. So it's a blessing when that happens.
It is.
In the
I know.
dreams.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels good. I know when it's wild when I haven't really had things like that come to me in dreams. I think it happened once, and then I recorded it, listened to it the next day, and I'm like, oh, this sounds like total crap. So then I just, but I should give it more attention. But I feel like it is such an amazing feeling though, like when you feel like something comes to you out of nowhere, and you're like, this already sounds like something. You know, I'm like, this happened recently, and I'm showing it to friends, and you're like, nah, it doesn't sound like anything. I'm like, okay, cool, we're gonna go with it. And it's kind of just like you get into like this stream, this current, you know, of like, then from there it's easy. Yeah,
Totally. And it's okay
special.
for music to sound like other music too.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, I try not to shy away from it because like I might think that it sounds like somebody else, and it might be similar, but it might also be my own thing.
Yeah.
And plus, it's all just, there's only so many notes.
That's true. I was thinking about this the other day. It's kind of,
It is what it is.
Yeah. Like, it matters, like, too, like, what you, like, maybe it's, like, one little part that you think might sound like something else, but whatever you put before and after that make it, like, you know, I mean, it ends up being, like, kind of like painting, and it ends up being your own thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And, like, if you listen to classical music, that shit all sounds the same.
Oh, yeah.
I'm half joking, but, like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Even if it sounds like something, it can still be fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as far as, like, some people, I think, they put, like, the concept of original music on, like, such a pedestal. I've noticed, like, certain venues, and they kind of have, like, this clicky vibe, like, originals only. And, like, I get it. It's a cool notion, but at the same time, like, I don't know, like, I don't see necessarily, just because I'm singing a song that I wrote, that doesn't mean that that song is, like, loftier than any other song that has ever been written. And you can sing an original, or you can sing a cover, and you can put just as much originality into your own rendition of a cover.
Yeah, make
You
it
know?
your own, regardless. If someone else is playing it, it's going to be different.
I think it's just about being authentic.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I like to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
If playing some cover song is what feels authentic to you, then go for it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, good stuff. So, enough about me. I wanted to ask to both of you, like, would you consider music to be a spiritual thing at all? Is there anything spiritual about music to you? Well, I'll put Alex on the spot.
Yes.
Yeah, how so?
I feel like just because of how much it has an effect on my brain, it becomes spiritual without me making it to be that, because I feel like it can totally put you in a certain spot that you want to be emotionally. I don't know, I feel it very deeply when I play it or when I listen to it, and it's helped me get through a lot in the last, how old am I? In the last
26,
12 years. Probably since I was like 12 is when I like first started using music like as, I don't know, it's therapeutic, I guess, for me, without even realizing it. So I don't know, it became life.
Yeah.
And playing it just takes it on a whole other level, and it's like you are listening and you're feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
And putting it out there. But
yeah,
I would like to get deeper in the spiritual aspect of it.
Yeah.
Just in general.
On the first episode, I asked my friend, that same question, like, how is music spiritual to you? And, like, I phrased it in such a way that, like, I kind of assumed that he was going to have something to say about spirituality in music because of just knowing this person and hearing his music. And, like, I was totally thrown for a loop because he kind of shied away from it. He's like, like, I guess he basically stated that it all boils down to just, like, science and, like...
that's kind of the opposite.
I know, right? He doesn't really have a belief in spirit. He's like, I don't know how to define spirit or, like, what spirit is, So, like, he totally just, like, went the other way with that question.
That's interesting.
To me... It's like music is inherently spiritual. If there's anything that is spiritual, music is spirit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like when I talk about letting it channel, like that's spirit right there.
Yeah.
Like what else could there be? So what about you?
No, yeah, that's it. It just affects you so much. Like, and well, on that note, I feel like the like science as well, though, is like very. I think that's spiritual too. Just how things work, Just
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I think it's all like not divided. I think music is a part of just everything, and like you said, it is inherently spiritual, whether no matter how you look at it, like, because I think like everybody kind of feels it differently too. Like some people feel it more like maybe more of like a mathematical like approach, using more musical theory to write, which can also feel very spiritual. Just depends on our brains. But I feel like a lot like what you said, Alex, is just that it's definitely like the high that you get from that and the healing, and I know those words are very like, what does that mean? But just like the feeling of that type of self-expression to play music is just, I feel like it's like life. Like that's what keeps me going is that, and listening to it is this like you said, it's like, yeah, that's amazing, and then playing it takes it to another level. And yeah, I think it's very I don't know, I definitely feel like our brains feel it. You feel it affected by it, like like physically, like it's like
like you'll hear like a note, or
yeah,
like a little
yeah.
Well, like
every time
chord
Zach
progression,
plays
and
that,
then you just get the chills.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Inside. So it's like you feel it in like these areas. Like, oh, what was that?
And you just like can't deny that.
Yeah.
You're feeling it whether you like it or not. We all, I mean, some people, are into it more than others. But yeah, that's. Like when Zach plays that one note, it's like, yeah, keep playing that note, Zach. It's like hold that shit out, It's like, yeah.
Yeah, when you
It's
feel that
amazing.
like visceral response to a piece of music, like what else is that besides spirit?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The whole,
Yeah.
Maybe to someone else, that's just a physiological reaction to the input of the stimulus.
Scientific term.
And whatever
mark,
that is
right?
makes it, yeah. And like what? It's funny because I love how Bjork kind of like talks about stuff like that, because like she writes about science in her songs, but she is very like very. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like she's very spiritual. Just the way she writes about science and nature.
She's very connected to the music.
Yeah, right.
On a deep level.
Yeah, and I've always just really admired her work a whole lot, and her as a person, just reading about her. So I mean, yeah,
especially when she punched that reporter.
That's right. Yeah.
You go, Bjork.
Yeah.
No, we don't condone violence, but I'm sure she was fed up.
Yeah, I think they were like harassing her kid or something. Or they were like
she's
trying
just
to talk
trying
to
to live her
kid.
life and be a mom.
Yeah.
She wasn't in the mood for an
Yeah.
interview at the time. Whatever it was.
Apparently not. Yeah, I don't blame her. Yeah.
I saw a documentary that was like the making of Medulla, Bjork's album Medulla. Do you know that one?
I do.
It's like very centered on like mouth sounds. There's like choirs and beatbox, and like almost all the sounds on the album were created by the voice.
Mm-hmm.
Except for just like a little bit of synths and stuff. And just like having that album be like such a prominent part of like my musical growth in like high school, that was a huge thing for me. And then like last year or something, I found this making of Medulla. I was like, wow, you actually see the footage in the studio of like the guy beatboxing, and you see her like having this interaction, like kind of they're conveying the ideas, and she just seems like she's on such a different plane of consciousness.
Yeah, I would love to watch that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well. Yeah, and like as far as like the science thing goes, my friend who was so anti-spirit, I don't think it's necessarily that he places more of a value on like the mathematics of music theory or anything like that. I think on some level he's channeling in a very similar way that I might, you know, but he doesn't feel the need to like put a spiritual context on it.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas for me, like I think of how there's kind of like this trend of like I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual, and to the point where that almost like gets a bad name or something, depending on who you talk to.
Right.
But I don't give it a bad name at all. I think it's completely valid to be spiritual and not religious, because there would be no religion if it weren't for spirit. Religion is basically like it's like trying to put some kind of institution around spirituality, whereas like spirituality is an inherently personal thing,
right?
You
That's
know,
very true.
that everyone feels in a different way or in their own way, whether it's different or not. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I agree with that.
I do too. I know, because I feel like a lot of times maybe we just choose different words, but we feel, you know what I mean? They feel similarly. Like spirit, I know what you mean about people like wanting to shy away from the word spirituality or spiritual, because it's almost like what does that mean? You know, to each person, probably something different, but I don't know. I like the word. I do. Yeah,
Sure.
I like using it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it seems improbable that there will ever be like a 100% scientific comprehension of the entire universe, given that the universe seems to be infinite.
Yeah.
So therefore, I think it's likely that there's always going to be some room for like something that hasn't been defined scientifically. And I think that's where there's room to like just call it spirit or whatever you choose to, you know?
Yeah. It's exciting.
I ain't scared. So before we wrap it up with another tune, do you guys... I wanted to see like what's the vision for the future? What's your vision for the future of the band and music and just all that stuff?
Yeah, we're going to, next step is to release the album, and then as much as we can, we'd love to play out, whether that be at like venues doing the live streams, whatever that will allow us in the future, because I know everything's up in the air. But yeah, just to eventually go on tour and just keep writing and see where things take us. Right now, it's been feeling really nice because it's been feeling nice to be productive, especially during quarantine. It's like, 'cause that's when we've been recording. So just feel like we're in a nice current right now. So it's just to, I guess, continue on that and just keep growing.
So you're enjoying the recording process.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's such like a unique venue, or it's such a unique medium for the music, you know, recording versus performing live.
Yeah,
It's just its own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Our next song's gonna go perfect with this. it's kind of about a thunderstorm.
How do you feel about like recording versus performing live?
I think, well, I can't wait to actually play live with our full band. I'm just like, I keep imagining what that experience is gonna be like, but I don't know yet. But I think it's gonna be amazing. The recording, I'm really liking it because it's sounding very natural, the way that we play when we like have all been practicing together. Like, it doesn't sound like too different, I guess, you know, because
not overproduced.
Yeah, it's
at
not
all. Very.
It sounds pretty raw. Like, it
Yeah.
still sounds like us. The vibe is still the same. The energy. It's like you feel and you hear all of that.
Yeah. So you're capturing the essence of
for sure.
of the band
Exactly.
as a living unit.
Yeah.
Some artists seem to like really shy away from recording. Like if they're really into performing live, they might some of them it's just like pulling teeth, or it's just like uncomfortable or something, you know, getting in the recording zone.
Yeah.
Definitely used to
It
feel like that
can-
for me.
Yeah.
In our previous bands, but then like with with us,
It's going very
yeah, it's been
smooth.
great. Yeah.
I know it can be tedious, but
Yeah.
it's going very smoothly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a double-edged sword because you can like really you can do more takes. You can do it over.
Mhm.
You know, you can try to get it perfect.
Yeah.
So in a way, you can like really hone the craft and like find details. But sometimes it's like tricky to like know when to say when.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like is it good enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just gotta like let it go at a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Yeah.
I know for me that like letting go of it is almost like it's just like knowing that I'm gonna put that out and let somebody hear it. It's like a very vulnerable position, you know, like I have to like just not care if anybody's gonna have something to say about it, you know, or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you know they will,
Yeah,
or
right.
they're gonna think
Yeah,
something.
no matter what, people. Right?
Somebody's
Yeah.
gonna think something
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
I hope. I
Yeah.
hope they listen.
Yeah. I know. It's nice to
exciting.
get a reaction.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, I know.
But
Yeah.
there's the
So what's the approach with recording? Like what's the process for any given song
So
in
we've
this
been
album?
for recording. We've been taking demos that we actually started at Zach's house and our guitarist, and yeah, we have like the tempos and everything already set, and then we've just been building off of those. Give them to Mike Bamonte in the studio, and then we just kind of begin from there recording the drums, and then
I
yeah.
guess we've been starting with drums.
drums
and then-
first, and then
So are
just
you
tracking
taking
individually.
you taking the demos and playing along to them to rebuild it?
Essentially, yeah. So
Ah.
Karsten's playing to the click of the just like basically because we already had those tempos set how we wanted them, so
And
it's just really convenient.
Were the demos
And-
recorded to a click?
Yeah.
Okay. And were
Yeah,
they
the
recorded
demos are
live,
actually
or-
not. They're program drums.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's
okay.
it. Yeah, so it's kind of just like we have the tempos all set,
Gotcha.
send them all to Mike, and then we're just going through, and Karsten's essentially just recording drums for like multiple tracks, just whipping them off, and then we all go in the studio a lot of times at the same time and just record our tracks individually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're all like there for each other, taking
Yeah.
turns recording.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, it's been great. Yeah, getting some really good sounds. So,
I read
Yeah.
a tip one time that was like for recording, even if you don't want to record it to a click, someone suggested like basically having the click there at least to begin the song. Because say if you like do it over and over, you might start speeding up, you know,
Yeah.
as you
Right.
like. So it's good to have the click there just to like remind you like what you're actually going for, like just to keep you in the zone.
yeah.
I usually, when I've been doing the bass tracks, I mean, I have the drums, but I also have the click going the whole time just to help keep on point.
Yeah.
That's another thing that's like so divisive. Some people just hate the click,
Yeah.
you know, and some people are fine with it. I think the click is cool, you know. I can take it or leave it, but I use the click a lot because I do a lot of electronic stuff and to where it's just natural.
Yeah.
But my thing with the click is the click has to sound good.
Yeah, that does make a difference.
does.
Not like this obnoxious.
If,
Yeah,
if it's annoying in my ear, like I
Yeah.
have to change the tone.
Yeah.
And so I can do that in my home studio, but if I'll go into somebody else's studio, sometimes that's like moment of truth. Can you customize my click sound? Do you need me to help you figure it out? Because this is what I want. I'm the artist. Anyway, what are you guys gonna play for your last song?
This one's called Rare Cloud, and it's gonna be on the new album. What we have tracked already for this already sounds amazing, so I'm really excited for when we actually mix it. But yeah, this one I'm gonna tune to D.
Ready?
Talking and tuning.
Very
Tuning
cool.
and talking. Yeah. Wait. And yeah, it's about Rare Cloud's about a lot of different things. It's about
A rare cloud.
rare clouds, aliens.
How'd you come up with the name?
It's actually about depression, but it's just a lyric in the song is in something that kind of like a storm or something that kind of comes over you and you just can't like see beyond that in that moment. But then it's at the end. I feel like musically there's a change. It kind of goes into like this outro where it kind of, I guess, like, I'm just kind of putting this together now, actually. But yeah, I feel like that is kind of what represents the change in the song of like breaking out of that perspective, like a negative perspective. So, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Let me see here. Okay.
Wake up when red clouds have fallen from years ago, and I cannot see anything now. Hear the weather voices in the air, the ocean opens up. Drifting and out, shove inside of you into sleep. Dream back to your side. She clouds my eyes, my sky. Wake up when red clouds are falling. Years ago, when I cannot see anything new. Hear the weather voice in the air, the ocean opens up to when pressure in the sea happens the way you want in this video, and I lost you in that dream happens the way you want in this matrix, and I can't go. Years ago, hear the weather voices in the air, the ocean up.
All right. Chris and Alex from Sandman Sleeps, thank you for being on the show today.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's been awesome.